Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Get Real with Real Estate. In this episode, we're going to 8001 West Main Street in Williamston, North Carolina for $132,000. It's been on the market for 7 hot days. 7 days. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,833 square feet on a 0.58 acre lot. Built in 1948, no HOA. The spacious home sits on 0.58 acre lot, offers 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. The layout features a main bedroom downstairs plus 2 bedrooms and a flexible room upstairs. You get an attached 2-car garage, a separated detached 1-car garage. So that's 3-car garages. The home needs some TLC. That's tender loving care. Property is sold completely as is. It's always as is. Now this one is completely as is. This is a short sale and is subject to lender approval, which means you can put in the best offer you want to put in, the lowest offer you want to put in, because it's going right to a bank and they're going to accept it or not. And 9 times out of 10, they will, because banks are not in the business of selling houses. I have also told you before that I had put an offer in once on a house that was a short sale and I got it. So it's very possible. So here we are. Who is our listing agent? Jennifer McCabe Brenson at Rich Company Bath Branch, Washington Beaufort County Board. There's Jennifer's number right here, and here's the MLS listing. We know we have an electric heat, forced air, and a heat pump, central air, wall, window units. So we have forced air, heat, and central air, but we also have wall and window units. That must mean the central air is not up to par. Of course, you'll have all your inspections and see about all that. Let's see. In 2020, it sold for $90,000. You know, that's when everybody was going crazy. Then they listed it for sale 2 years later for $200,000. Really? In 2022, price changed from 179 to 150, 150. Then it sold for 139 in 2022. That was 2 years after it was bought the first time, where they tried to sell it for $200,000 and had a rude awakening. In 2025, it was listed for 172. Price change, price change, price change, all the way down to 145. It went contingent, fell through, listed for sale again, went contingent again, fell through again, listing removed, listed for sale at 132 on August 3rd of 2026. I'd seen this house months ago, so this house has been twirling around like a carousel. Okay, our taxes in 2024 were 966. The year before the same. They haven't moved that much. We don't see 25 and 26, so we don't know. Call the tax collector and find out. They have a website you can find out. Bike score 31 out of 100. Walk score, stay at home. You can't walk, 9 out of 100. They don't have a primary school. They have a middle school that gets 5 out of 10 and a high school that just sucks, 1 out of 10. That is horrible. Is nobody in that school? And that's 9 through 12, grades 9 through 12. That is, come on, people. Do better for the kids. So let's look at our photographs and see what we have there. Because maybe you don't need to worry about the schools. You know, maybe you don't have kids. Let's look at our street view. Okay, boom. It's Leave It to Beaver time. We have a concrete driveway. We have 2 beautiful crepe myrtles, it looks like, at the end of the driveway. There's your neighbor's house. There's a ditch in between, so if they try to come running after you, they'll fall in the ditch. You have a ditch all the way across all the way down the street. That's to retain water in storms. I don't know if the drain is open or not. So we're out on US 64 alternative. So I don't know what the traffic might be like out here, but it's enough to need turning lanes. And here's what's around you. So you're it's a country setting outside of Williamston. Doesn't seem to be right in town. Let's scoot up a piece. And there's our house back there at the end of that driveway. So there's nobody beside you over here. And this one looks like it has some bushes. So cute little house. Let's look at it on the map so you can orient yourself again. We've been in this town before. Okay, right here is Highway 64, which you're going to hop onto and just boom right out to the beach. Right here is the Outer Banks. Here we are here. Here's 64 right out to the beach. Not that far at all. Wilmington is south of there. Rocky Mount's here. Over this way is we have Raleigh down here, over here. Goldsboro's here. Greenville's here. There's UNC Greenville is there. They have a nice big hospital there. Okay, let's look at our listing photographs. Boom! Look at there. We're all ready for 4th of July. Don't even have to decorate. It comes complete with decorations. What a beautiful home. That's a nice family home for someone and their kids, except for maybe you don't want kids there in that high school. I don't know. So we have that 2-car garage, and apparently there's another one somewhere we didn't see. We need to trim the hedges, work on the yard a bit, do some edging, no big deal. The roof looks pretty decent. We've got some little tiny peekaboo windows up there. Let's see what that's about. So here's the back of the house. We have stairs coming from upstairs. I don't know if that's because they tried to break it up into apartments or something. I hope not. This looks like the entrance downstairs. We have a fireplace. We have some carpet. Some paneled walls that have been painted. I hate these ceilings. I would rip those out and redo the ceilings. And here we have some wood molding going across the ceiling. I don't know if that's supporting anything or not. This is the living room. I guess that's the front door. We have some sculpted carpet from the 70s that's filthy and needs to be ripped out. They could have at least cleaned it. I mean, 132 is not a lot for a house this big, but it's a lot to have a dirty house this big. You could have at least hired a cleaning company. They could have made that carpet look better. You only get one first impression, real estate agents. Here's the kitchen, dining area, linoleum floor. That needs to be ripped out. It might have asbestos if it was put in the 50s, but it was probably put in the 70s when they went on that crazy wall paneling craze in the 70s and everything got wood wall paneling. Either that brown or that grayish, whitish color. Here we have a bedroom, dark bedroom. I would want to paint this. Although it's not an ugly color, it's just not a choice I would use. We have 2 windows in there and a closet. That carpet needs to be removed and replaced. There's the kitchen dining area. It's pretty large. Hard to tell what that countertop is. Here's one of the 2 bathrooms. We have a window in there. That's nice. Tub and shower combination. I don't know if this is a bedroom, but it is a room. These are, I guess this would be the same bedroom, these 2 photos. So it's a blue room. Same dirty, nasty carpet that needs to be removed. Here's the second bathroom. I don't know if it's an ensuite or if it's just a bathroom shared. It's probably just a common bathroom. Looks like we need to renovate in here and get, you could use the toilet, but all the sink and stuff needs to be replaced. That wall needs to be painted some color. I don't know what. Here's a bedroom here. Rather large bedroom. We've got some beams on the ceiling. That's a nice touch. Here's the other garage, I guess, outside. It does have a newer looking door on it, but I don't know what's in there. They didn't tell us what's in there. They said a garage. There's the back of the house. We have our working mechanics hid behind a nice piece of lattice work there. We've got some bushes there. Now you want to check the footings on this deck to make sure none of this is rotting so you don't fall off and kill yourself. The backyard is just beautiful as the front. It's just lovely and green. So that's what we have of this home. The ceiling tiles, I just can't stand those. I'd have to rip all those down. We do have 2 bathrooms, so that's a good start. And it's a beautiful house on the outside. Of course, I'd want to paint it yellow. You all know that. And, you know, just some yard work. The trees are gorgeous. Beautiful. Just beautiful. So let's go back to the listing. And let's go onto the satellite and see our lot. Okay, so if you ever wanted a piece of the pie, here's your chance to get a piece of the pie for $132. Look, it's a pie-shaped piece. The actual lot is shaped like a pie, a slice of pie. Now, albeit an odd slice of pie, but you know, slice of pie just the same. I wonder if this lot here is for sale. You could buy that lot. There's a house on this one, so you couldn't buy that one. So your house is pushed back here in the very back of the lot, and you don't really have a lot of backyard here. That's kind of weird. That backyard looked bigger than that to me. A lot of times these lot lines are not correct. Like this line probably should be over here. This line should be over here. I mean, they move, you know, so you can't really tell. So you're on West Main Street, that said, right? West Main Street. Oh, looks like a power plant right over here, if that's something that would concern you. I don't know what this is, but it must be a business and some kind of factory. Might want to find out what that is. This looks like a solar array farm. We got some baseball fields and stuff over here. Okay, so that will do it for this beautiful home for $132 in Williamston, North Carolina. 3 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. If that's something you're interested in, go have a look at it. Make sure you do all your inspections so that you know what you're dealing with and you know what you have to get done. Until the next time, we'll find another beautiful house and go through it together and see what we think. We'll see you again real soon on the next episode of Let's Get Real with Real Estate.